Hey, what's going on? Aaron here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out AutoDS for your dropshipping business, and maybe you're wondering, can you make money with AutoDS? It sounds so easy. Is it legit? Is this a good way for you to make money selling physical products with your own Shopify e-commerce store, right? We're going to check it out. We're going to break down AutoDS, and then you can make a good decision on whether you can make money this way. Anytime, if you want to get my favorite way to get to $10,000 a month, 100% from home, just click the link all the way below, and I'll share with you my favorite strategy on this channel. I have reviewed literally hundreds and hundreds of different softwares, different business models, different websites, different apps to make money online. Some of them are good, some of them are so-so. A lot of them, though, are a big waste of time. So let's check out AutoDS to find out whether this is legit or is this a waste of time for you to make money, okay? Now, AutoDS is a very, very popular drop shipping piece of software. Now, what they do is they basically make your dropshipping business a little bit easier by being the middle person, right? So what they do is they do a few different things. First of all, they help you to find suppliers, right? So they work with a bunch of different suppliers like AliExpress, like Amazon, like Etsy, like Banggood, like Shopify, like CJ Dropshipping, right? And they will help you to find the products that you want, and they're kind of like the middle person. So you don't speak directly to your suppliers. You're here. AutoDS is here, and your suppliers are here, multiple suppliers, okay? So that's the first thing that they do. Now, the second thing that they do is they allow you to fulfill automatically. That is really the big part here, okay? So fulfilled by AutoDS. This is where it apparently stands out from a lot of the competition, okay? And it's supposed to make your business a lot easier. So let me kind of explain this, especially if you're a beginner and you're watching this for the first time and you want to get into dropshipping, right? So this is how traditional dropshipping works, all right? What you do is you create a store online using Shopify, and then you find good products, physical products from a lot of the cheap e-commerce websites, right? For example, like AliExpress. So maybe you want to sell like a fidget spinner, which was very popular years ago, right? So you find this fidget spinner from AliExpress, and then you would put it on your Shopify store along with all a whole bunch of other products. Now, of course, you got to do the research, in order to find the best products that sell. But that's essentially how you do it. And then you drive ads like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google shopping ads directly to your Shopify store, so people will see the products on ads. They'll click on the ads, they'll go to your Shopify store, and if they want to buy something, they buy it from your store. And then what happens is they put in their credit card information, they buy from you, right? And then you get that notification on Shopify, and then you manually have to go to another e-commerce website like AliExpress. You would buy it from AliExpress with your own money at a cheaper price, and then you would put your customer's address, and then AliExpress would send it directly to your customer. That's essentially what dropshipping is. It's kind of like arbitrage. It's e-commerce arbitrage. You're advertising it for more expensive, and you're buying it for cheaper, and you're getting them to deliver it directly to the customer, okay? Now, the problem with traditional dropshipping is that there's a lot of work involved in doing that. Okay, you have to manually fulfill it. You have to put in your customer's details. So if you're not doing it manually, then you're not going, you can't fulfill it. There's no automation. So that's where companies like AutoDS have sort of come into the market, right? They're like, okay, so how can we come in and make it easier for people that are running these dropshipping businesses so that they don't have to fulfill the order themselves? We can help them do it. Now, when I first saw AutoDS, because I used to run a dropshipping business, right? And one of the main reasons why I shut my dropshipping business down was because of this actual problem right here. It's because I was already very successful with affiliate marketing. So I was like, yeah, I'll just start a dropshipping business. It seems like it's the same, but it's not. It's a very different business, even though it's selling products, right? And the biggest problem with dropshipping is fulfilling your orders. It takes a lot of time because it's a manual process. So you would have to hire somebody or use maybe another piece of software to do it. Now, back then, AutoDS didn't exist. So when I saw AutoDS for the first time, I was very excited about it. I was like, wow, you can now automate your orders and fulfillment without actually even doing it yourself. So it's kind of like the bridge between your Shopify store and your suppliers, and it kind of handles everything. So I was like, wow, this is really, really cool, right? And it's not that expensive either. We'll talk about the pricing and all that stuff. So that's essentially what AutoDS has come to do. They have come in and they've said, all right, we're going to help you to, find the right products. We're going to connect all of those suppliers, not just one supplier. It's not just AliExpress. It's like multiple suppliers. And then we'll even help you to fulfill the order, track the updates and all that stuff. And you don't even need to handle anything. So all you're really doing is you are focusing on your Shopify store, choosing the right products through AutoDS, and then focus on the advertising, and they're going to do all the fulfillment. Sounds like a dream, right? Sounds really good. So you just scale the ads, all the fulfillment is done by AutoDS. So it sounds really good, but keep watching till the end of this video because it's not as good as it seems, okay? So that's in essence what AutoDS is supposed to do. And the funny thing about AutoDS is that I got wind of it because I saw it a lot on YouTube and on TikTok and on Instagram, and I saw a lot of influencers and marketers talking about it. So I was like, oh, this is kind of cool because I never had this when I was growing my dropshipping business, and this was quite a few years ago, right? They didn't have this kind of technology. So I think to have this in the market is really, really cool. So let's check out the pricing, okay? So, you can choose between the different, networks where you're actually, getting your products from, but most people will have a Shopify store, all right? So let's just look at the Shopify version. We'll look at monthly, you can do annual as well, but let's look at monthly because most people will pay monthly, right? Most people will start here. Starter is $39.90 per month. It's not expensive. It's actually very affordable for a tool that's going to help you to manage your business. All right. So whether you're already a dropshipper or you're thinking about dropshipping, just to let you know, $40 a month is not expensive for a piece of software that's going to help you to manage your business. Here's the only thing that I would say that they don't share here, which is a little bit not great. Okay. So what they do, AutoDS, is that in essence, you should just have to pay $39.90 per month, and they handle everything, right? But what they do is they force you to buy credits if you want to basically use their fulfillment here. Okay, so for every single transaction that needs to be fulfilled, you have to have a credit. So unfortunately, it's going to cost you more money than $39.90 to buy those credits, and that kind of sucks because that basically means that the more fulfillment that you have, the more credits that you have to buy, and you have to buy them upfront. Okay, so it's not like, so you have to buy like 200 credits upfront, 500 credits upfront, and then you have to manage how many credits you're using, how many sales you're making, and make sure you top it up. Otherwise, the fulfillment won't happen. So that's a little bit crappy, I think. So it's not just $39.90, okay? So there are credits on top of that, all right? But still, overall, if it works properly, it's not such a big deal because it's still quite cheap and you're making quite a lot of money from your business, okay? And it helps you to save a lot of time. You're working with multiple suppliers, and it's going to fulfill all your orders, which it sounds like a dream. Sounds really, really cool. Okay, but wait, there's more. Okay, so I did a lot of digging like I always do every time I do my reviews, and it's not as rosy as it sounds. Even though AutoDS, the website looks great, there are a lot of reviews, a lot of YouTubers are talking about it. And that's why I got really curious about it because I owned a dropshipping business, and I was like, man, these guys are like fulfilling, they're solving a problem in the industry, right? It's going to make it very easy for dropshippers to run a dropshipping business because this is a big pain in the ass for me, right? You have to hire people to do this. Otherwise, you're going to be working 15 hours a day, right? You're fulfilling all the orders yourself. So the first thing I always do is I go to a third-party website called Trustpilot, okay? Now, when you first go to Trustpilot for AutoDS, it looks like it's really good, okay? 9,000 over reviews, 4.8 stars, okay? Now, here is the problem with Trustpilot, unfortunately, is that it can be manipulated, even though it is a third-party website, right? The problem with Trustpilot is you can pay people, you can have a team, and they can just fill up this and make it sound really, really good, all right? So what I like to do generally is I like to look at the 1, 2, and 3 stars. I don't like to look at the 5 stars because I want to see if there's a pattern with the negative reviews. And if there are enough negative reviews saying the same thing, then there is a potential problem with that particular business model, software, or company. Okay, so let's just be fair and let's take a look at the negative reviews, and you can decide whether there is a pattern or not, right? Now, when I went through the negative reviews, it surprised me at how many people were actually complaining about the actual software itself. Okay, so you can see here, Eric from the US, this is like, 4 days ago. It's very recent. Look at this. Terrible experience, waste of money. Product doesn't work, full of bugs that don't get fixed. Customer service is fairly prompt, but it doesn't really matter since they can't really help you. Cancel the account and still got billed afterwards. Save yourself the headache and use another service. So I just want to be very clear. This particular comment right here, this is very, very consistent. A lot of people are saying the same thing. They're basically saying that AutoDS, their fulfillment and their software doesn't work as advertised, right? There are a lot of problems here and there. Sometimes they don't fulfill, and when you cancel, they still bill you. So that there is a huge issue with their billing. So that means if you're a customer and you come here and you buy this for your dropshipping business, the chances that they will charge you extra and not give you a refund is very, very high, because that's basically the gist of a lot of these reviews. Okay, let's go here, right? I signed up for this is a day ago. I signed up for the AutoDS on trial period, but quickly realized that it didn't support my country. I immediately requested a cancellation and refund. However, the customer service was very slow to respond. Despite never using their service, they charged me a full monthly subscription. After months of back and forth, I opened a PayPal dispute. I only received a partial refund. I'm still struggling to receive the rest. Okay, so again, this is only one, but again, let's see. Okay, but this is basically like a refund issue. Okay, too many hidden fees. I tried AutoDS for about a month. I noticed many additional plans to meet my business needs. I already set up a monthly subscription though through Shopify, but using the AutoDS platform required extra fees to access the full services, which wasn't particularly special. One hidden fee that caught me off guard was paying taxes in China for handling my packages, which can get expensive. So just to note, your monthly subscription is just that, but once you start using that platform, you will encounter other fees necessary to manage your business. I've lost interest in dropshipping, and every dropshipping service has its own drawbacks. So this guy is saying, too many fees. Okay. If you cancel your subscription, your account is immediately deleted, and all your orders will be lost in transit. That's not very good. Okay. At the time, I had 2 orders in transit and just been placed a few days prior. I didn't reconnect immediately, but 2 weeks later, when my customers began to ask for the orders, I attempted to log in to only discover that my account had been permanently deleted. Paid for a full night, blah, 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 blah. Their response was, I should have requested a refund within 24 hours. However, that wasn't my main concern. I wanted to know why my account was deleted at all. Feels like punishment just for canceling, blah, blah, blah. Now I only have lost 1 month's worth of subscription fees. They're unable to check. Okay, so they basically cancel your account as soon as you cancel, which is not great. Here's this one. Tried their trial of service, realized it was horrible, and canceled monthly $12 plan. 3 months later, I found that they have charged me just under $40 to $113 in unauthorized transactions due to them not canceling the billing after I selected it. No refund was given. Okay, so again, pretty tricky right there. I highly suggest not using the service. I subscribed back in September. Blah 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 blah. I had my brother purchase and see if they fulfilled their order. It did not occur. Instead, eBay requested I ship the order out. I immediately bought this, or reached out several times to them, and realized that they did not fulfill the order, and they'd say the same thing. We apologize. Our team is working on it. Okay, this is a generic response. All right. Had enough. Requested a refund. Blah 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 blah. Let me see. And then processing fee, basically. I had to refill out a refund form. I learned that I not only would have to fill out a separate form to get my $50 back, I would also not be able to get the 15% annual subscription fee back. Imagine paying over $200 for a service and not getting the service, and then having to pay a 15% processing fee. Yeah, so a few unhappy people right there. Okay, so a few things with the payment. Let me show you another review site that I found, right, which is outside of Trustpilot. Okay, and Trustpilot is a pretty popular one. That's why there are a lot of reviews on here. This one has less reviews, 16 reviews, but a lot of them are 1 star. Okay, so not so great. All right, so this is what some people are saying about AutoDS. The software has been, this is August, so this is a little bit old. Actually, let's look for a more current one, because that's more fair. Okay, this is July 2024, so just a few months ago. They took thousands of dollars of my money without my permission and my credit card. I'm in huge debt. They charged me randomly up to 10 times, and they ruined and gave me bad reviews on my store. Okay, that's really bad. Okay, here, this is September. No ethics. I had a trial period of 14 days with the company, followed up by being charged $600 for the annual subscription. Apparently, when I signed up for the 14 days, they chose whatever subscription they wanted for you. Okay, I didn't even use the platform. Therefore, I put in a dispute with PayPal. After this, I could not even log into the AutoDS platform because they canceled my subscription. The company is a scam, and they're ripping off people. I ended up getting my money back through my Australian bank, as this kind of activity is illegal in Australia. Okay, so that's not great, right? So basically, if you do the trial, you have to be very careful. Make sure you choose the right option, because if you go with the annual, it can be very expensive. All right, they say here, look, I mean, they say $29.90, but it's billed annually, so this would be basically $360. All right, but it looks like it's cheap because they don't change the amount here, which is also very sneaky. They shouldn't do that. Okay, AutoDS. Let's look for another one. June. Okay. Within a few days of using the app, they blocked my account for no reason right after I got my first order. When I reached out to customer service, all I got was generic messages. I invested a lot of time finding the products, listing them. When I finally made my first sale, they couldn't fulfill it because the address was a PO box. They then blocked my account and didn't return my $789 from me. Wow. Okay, that's not great. All right. They grab your money. They have hidden costs. Blah blah blah. They've taken thousands of dollars. You know. Okay. So basically, what these people are saying. Okay, here. I have nothing good to say. No answers from the help center. Lost a lot of money. The winning product is all old. All products that are selling on Amazon for years. Okay, so basically there are a few issues with AutoDS, right? And this might be one of the reasons why. Okay, and you can take this with a pinch of salt, right? AutoDS is scaling really, really quickly. They're a company that's growing really, really fast. All right, so it's only natural that a company that's growing really quick, they have some tech issues, right? So there are a few problems that I generally see with the reviews, is that their customer service isn't that great. You're getting generic responses. They're overcharging their customers, and it's very difficult to get a refund, which is not great. All right. If you take the trial, sometimes they will charge you after the trial for an annual thing, and you didn't get a choice to choose monthly or annual, which doesn't make sense at all. Okay, I've seen some reviews where their delivery, their actual fulfillment doesn't actually work, right? So people don't actually get their products, and that's basically what you're paying AutoDS for. You want your orders to be fulfilled, otherwise you're gonna get a huge headache with your customers. All right. Now, another thing that I want you to be very aware of when it comes to programs like this is, because AutoDS is the middle software between you and your customer, and they're handling all of the things. If you have a problem with your customer, they email you directly, right? But the problem is that you don't speak to your suppliers anymore because AutoDS is dealing with your suppliers. So you have no direct relationship with your suppliers, and that can be a problem, because what happens now is you have to email AutoDS and they have to speak to the suppliers, and then the suppliers get back to them, and then they get back to you, right? So there's a massive delay when things go wrong. And so as soon as things go wrong, it's a cascading effect, it's a domino effect, and then it puts your business in a lot of problems and jeopardy. All right. So what I would say is that, you know, again, these are some people having these bad reviews. It doesn't mean that AutoDS is a bad company. I just wanted to be very transparent and show you, you know, that it's not as great as some people say. Okay, they are paying a lot of influencers and a lot of marketers to push their brand, which is why they're growing. Sure, they have, you know, growing pains and things like that, but you know, if you just need to be aware of these problems. All right, if you are deciding to run a dropshipping business, something like this would be amazing if it worked well. But here's the big caveat with that: it has to work well. That means they have to have great customer service. They have to have great. They have to come back with you in a timely fashion. They have to fulfill all the orders. Otherwise, it basically doesn't work as a service. All right. And then if there's a delay, and you can't get direct access to your suppliers, it is going to be a ball ache for you to basically get back to your customer, because you know you do not have a direct relationship with your suppliers, and that can be a very, very, very big problem. So I would say that if AutoDS worked the way that it's supposed to, it would be a great piece of software, right? But just with all of these reviews and people getting overcharged, and some orders are not being fulfilled, and the customer service is giving generic messages, and they're not really able to help, and there are a lot of bugs with the system. I mean, for me, if I was running a dropshipping business, I probably wouldn't use them, because it's just too risky, okay? Especially if you're running paid ads and you're spending money and you're dealing with real people, real customers, and you can't get them their product, and you can't get feedback and stuff like that. It's too much of a headache and a nightmare to deal with. So for that reason, I would just be very, very careful about using AutoDS, okay? Do a bit of your own research, especially if you're looking at them and you want to start a dropshipping business, because this could be the deal breaker between whether you have success or don't have success, or have a nightmare problem trying to run a dropshipping business, which can be quite complicated in general, okay? So that's my review on AutoDS. I hope it gave you some value and it gave you some insight. It is important because there are a lot of people talking about AutoDS, and that's why I got very curious about it. And it doesn't seem as good as everybody says it is, and that can be a big, big problem. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this review. And if you're here watching this video, maybe you are looking for a way to generate income online, right? Maybe you're not 100% set on dropshipping. Maybe you're just looking for a good way. Dropshipping is a great business. I think there are pros and cons with dropshipping. Profit margins are very small, and there is a lot of manual stuff that you have to do, even though there are now softwares like AutoDS, which has potential issues though, right? But sure, there are a lot of different ways that you can grow the business, but there is a reason why I shut my dropshipping business down, okay? It was because the margins are very small. You have to drive a lot of paid ads. It can be quite an expensive business. But also on this channel, I have reviewed so many different ways to make money, not just dropshipping, not YouTube automation, affiliate marketing, digital marketing agencies, all sorts of softwares. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. But out of all the good strategies and out of all the strategies that I've put in my own money and tested, there was one strategy that I used in 2019 to 100% quit my full-time job and 5 times my old corporate salary, and I now work 100% from home. Now, if you want to check out that strategy, I've got a free masterclass that you can check out if you want, all right? Just click the link all the way at the bottom, and you can check that out if you would like to see what I'm doing. I hope you enjoyed this review of AutoDS. I wish you all the best, and I will see you on another product review. Take care.